Joining me now is the Conservative Party candidate for Warminster Broadway, Tony Jackson. Thank you for coming in, Tony.
It's my pleasure, Andrew.
You describe yourself on your leaflet as the local choice for Warminster Broadway. I noticed that the other three candidates are also local, so why should the voters choose you and not them?
Well, I've contributed considerably since I've been here, locally. Apart from my work, I volunteer. I'm a member of the Athenaeum Management Committee. I'm a friend and on the committee of the Friends of Warminster Hospital. And since I have been here, I have volunteered considerably for the Wiltshire Wildlife Trust, leading marches for their Sarsen Trail March, very sadly cancelled this year. And so I've contributed as a volunteer a lot in the community, and I think that gives me insights into what the needs of the people are.
And you talk about Keith Humphreys, who's been councillor for the Broadway ward for a number of years now, and carrying on his achievements. So what do you feel are the achievements that he's made, the successes he's had, and what would you like to continue?
Keith and I have different qualities, and he has different strengths to what I'm hoping to offer. But he has been a remarkable chair of the social committee at Wiltshire Council. Only last week he set up a health and well-being fair here in Warminster, which was really well supported and was very, very popular with a lot of acclaim. He has insights into social housing, and he has contributed significantly in creating the new integration post in Wiltshire Council. So the integration post in Wiltshire Council is a post which is going to ensure that clinical care, health care and social care are looked at from the same perspective. In fact, the Clinical Care Commissioning Group is being brought into County Hall, and that's where the Director of Integration will sit. So I think we're possibly the first council where social care and health care are going to be sitting together.
Okay, and while we're on the subject of health matters, in Warminster at the moment there are a lot of people who are concerned, I think, with the situation with GP surgeries. We have Smallbrook surgery where the future doesn't appear to be certain. What do you feel, as a potential councillor, you can do to help residents who are concerned they're going to have to go to Westbury when they're ill?
Well, it's not actually a council matter, you'll probably appreciate that, but of course I do share that concern, not least because I'm actually a patient there myself. I spoke to the practice manager last week. There is no intention of leaving Warminster. The practice actually simply has, it's a big problem, but it's not a problem unique to Smallbrook, but they have got a recruiting problem. So at the moment they've had people retire, somebody's on maternity leave, 2 people have left, they can only man 3 sessions a week. So it is a problem, but it is a problem of recruitment and not a problem of policy or intention. They've got no intention of leaving Warminster.
Right, but the patients in Warminster are obviously concerned that they're going to have to travel to Westbury in the meantime.
It's true, it's true. I don't think there's any other solution. They're open 3 sessions a week, so, but you're right, it is a real issue.
So in your leaflet that I think has gone out to residents, or will be going out soon, you've talked about sound finances mean decent services, but a lot of services have been cut, haven't they, in the last 4 years?
I'm not sure that services have been cut.
I'm thinking of the Hopper bus service, which upset a lot of residents.
You're right, the Hopper bus service was cut. The Hopper bus service, of course, was set up by West Wiltshire District Council. So Wiltshire Council, taking a greater, wider view, felt that it was unable to support it. I actually can't defend that. When it was provided by West Wiltshire District Council, it was popular, but it was expensive, relatively speaking. So I'm not in a position to be able to, I wasn't a councillor at the time, and I don't know what the arguments were. Actually, transport and logistics is my background, and it's one of the things which on the doorstep I have heard say they would like to have restored, and I will investigate that.
So you wouldn't necessarily have voted in favour of scrapping it?
Well, of course, it's all hypothetical. I don't know what the arguments were. I wasn't a councillor at the time. Yes, I know that it's popular, and I know that its loss is felt strongly. And I'm in favour of having it if we can afford it.
Okay. I think residents will be interested to have heard your views on that. You also talk about the investments in roads and pavements, and there's a little graph showing the blue Conservative increase in spending. But the increase hasn't been enough, has it?
Well, that's interesting. If you have 7 years of declining investment, it takes time to catch up. But it's not just that we're spending more money, which we are spending more money, but we're also being slightly smarter about it. So there is now a Wiltshire app, and the Wiltshire app enables people to report potholes, and so because the reporting is so much more efficient, it can be better programmed, and we get more value for the money. So if we know that in a 10-day period we've got potholes to be fixed in this particular area, because they've been reported, we can do them all at the same time.
And what about the larger full resurfacing projects? I know it's not in your area, but the one that has been talked about a lot is Boreham Road, which people have told me has been needed doing for years and years and years, and it has just been done. It
has just been done. And I suppose that it was just a matter of waiting its turn. It's a matter of priorities.
Okay, we'll finish off with one last question, which I'm asking all of our candidates as they come in, which is, if you're elected and you serve for your 4-year term, what is your one thing that you would like to achieve in that 4 years?
I would like to create for Wiltshire a environment where Warminster town benefits as much as possible from Wiltshire services. I'd like to see an atmosphere where retail in the town is improved and where community assets are transferred to the town where possible, including services. So, for example, I would like to see street cleaning and grass cutting put in the hands of Warminster Town Council.
And they would therefore have to fund it?
They would have to fund it, but the funding, they're spending the money anyway. I just think that if it's being funded, if it's being controlled by Warminster Town Council, then they will have a much tighter control and much better insight into how it's controlled.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming in, Tony, and good luck on the 4th of May.
Thank you very much indeed.